I hope you're having a great day, a blessed day, and getting 1% better than yesterday, and breaking free from anything that's holding you back from having the best day ever and becoming the best version of yourself. I'm trying to do the same. I was on quite the exploration yesterday with my raw vegan diet. I'll tell you a little bit about that. I also want to talk about 7 ways to break free from modern society, regain control of your time and your life, and then 6 things to do once you've broken free that will really put you on the path to success. Before I get into those topics, I did go to calling hours this morning, an older customer. It happens in this business. You wait on them for 17, almost 18 years, and it's just so sudden when they're not able to come anymore because they pass away. So that was quite the shock. We got that news Saturday. So went there this morning, and we had quite the contingent from the restaurant that I work in, so that was nice. And his son said I was his favorite waiter because I gave him, the hard time right back. And it's nice when you can joke around with people, and after a while, you just become part of people's families in a way, and you get to know them really well. So that was really nice. It was nice to see the family, and his wife said she was still going to come in and everything. So that was nice this morning. I made $100 this week with Instacart and Spark deliveries. I didn't do anything today. Just with calling hours, I went to the thrift store, and nothing really has come up yet. And I came home, and I was just like, well, I want to do this video, and I'm going to a concert tonight. Father John Misty, he's playing in Ithaca, which is about an hour away from where I'm at, and that should be fun. Just kind of a date night, me and the wife. And we're going to go have some dinner. It's not going to be a vegan dinner, but I made some progress yesterday, which I will tell you about. I did hear, I had Tuesday off. This was my second and last Tuesday off for this month, so I'll be on the next 2. And, they were super busy. They made as much money last night as I'll make all week doing my side hustles pretty much. And I felt a twinge of, oh, geez, I kind of wish I was there. But at the same time, you can't have it all, right? There's got to be some sort of limit to the money that you want, the limit to the amount of money that you need to be happy. If it's a trade, and that's basically what it is on Tuesdays, and I'm making up for Wednesdays too, of course. But I guess that's a trade that I'm going to make, and I'm pretty much at peace with that. So I'll get out there and I'll make $50 the next 2 mornings, I hope, Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday has been very busy, especially with Walmart. And hopefully I can make $100 that day. Speaking of tomorrow and some topics about today, I'm not going to drink tonight. Maybe I might have an NA beer. I might see how that goes. We're going to this place called the Ithaca Ale House pre-show, and they have these really awesome, it's an appetizer, tempura fried shrimp. I'm really looking forward to trying those, and maybe some crab cakes, and maybe I'll have an NA beer and a Sprite or something, and I'll just chill. And I'll feel good tomorrow so I can get up and I can bring my kids to school without a hangover, and I can get up and I can work as normal because it will be a little bit later of a night for JB Breaks Free tonight. Also, I got to come up with a new Walmart strategy, I think, for these Spark deliveries. I take the order as kind of like I'm getting out of the shower or 10-15 minutes before I'm bringing the girls to school because I want to get on it real quick. And then I guess I'm 88% on time deliveries, or 90% on time. And I've accepted 88% of the offers that come my way. And I think if you screw up a little bit there, they might just send you right out of the algorithm. So I might just have to be more patient with my Walmart deliveries because they are few and far between. And I was crushing that when I first started. So I got to try to get back into the algorithm's good graces. But that being said, it's going to be a great night. It's a great day. I'm having the best day ever. I hope you are too. Let's talk about these topics. First, my raw vegan day yesterday. It was quite the ordeal. I'll tell you some highlights of it. My back does not hurt as much this morning. It always hurts when I wake up. It hurt a little bit less. And then I do feel like I can get up and down a little bit easier. And my feet, all things considered, weren't that bad yesterday. At night, I did feel way less bloated, which was kind of cool feeling. I did have some headaches. I had a headache around lunchtime, and then, I refueled myself. I did take 2 ibuprofen, but then I woke up today with a headache, almost like a weird sort of, almost like a weird hangover type headache where you're good, but your face just feels like a little flush or something, and I don't know, but that's kind of dying off. I did have coffee this morning. I was looking forward to that, and I did have some trail mix, trying to, maybe shake that headache a little bit, but I lost 2 pounds, mostly water weight. What did I eat? I had a fruit bowl for breakfast, blueberries, raspberries, and little clementine oranges. I had the same for lunch, except I threw a banana in there. I bought a juice, carrot, orange, and turmeric juice, and it was delicious. I think I mentioned on Saturday I had a lemon, ginger, and cayenne juice, and that was to hit me pretty hard. I said I almost felt like a loopy after it. It was really weird, but this carrot juice was awesome. I crushed it. After lunch, I was picking at some raw stir-fry vegetables. They weren't great, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. The thought of putting one of those in my mouth again is something. It was cauliflower, green and red peppers were pretty good. What else was in there? There was those long baby carrots. I couldn't even bring myself, or not carrots, but those little baby corns that you see, maybe at like Chinese restaurants or in the stir fries. I couldn't even bring myself to eat that, and there was sliced carrots in there. So I was chomping away at that, kind of forcing them down. I had real high energy throughout the day. I was in a great mood. I was doing some rebounding trampoline exercises. I was testing myself to see if I could jump just the basic straight up and down jump for 5 minutes. I was able to do that. Then I tested myself to see if I could just do 5 minutes of jumping jacks on there. It's harder than it looks. You think you'd be able to do it, but 5 was just about it. So I'm trying to build up my tolerance to that. I did some yoga in the afternoon. I listed some things for sale. Started to get hungry about 4:30 for dinner. I had the vegetables dipped into guacamole. My wife made guacamole because the kids had kind of like taco beef wraps and chips and like the nacho cheese. And so that was looking good. So I'll tell you what happened there. So I'm eyeing that. And so the guacamole really did taste good. And then that was pretty much all raw. Avocado, red onion, maybe some salt and pepper in there. I did have a smoothie. I went out and I bought a mango. I bought a honey mango, bananas. We had baby spinach, and I bought some coconut water. And I did throw some at least non-raw protein powder in there. I don't even know if it was vegan either, but I had it and I wanted to use it up. So I threw some protein powder in there too. The first one I drank was pretty good. Somewhat smooth. One thing I hate with those smoothies is you're drinking it down and you got like the spinach and stuff, the little chunks that you're swallowing. I don't know. I was about sick of that. I'm preferring juice over smoothies at this point. I bought some raw almonds to snack on. And so the kids are eating and I'm staring at Hannah has about 2 bites left in her delicious looking wrap. And we're just kind of prepping the smoothie. And I'm looking at that wrap and I'm like, okay, what's the big deal, right? Who cares? So I go over there, I pick it up, I take a bite out of it. And my wife goes, oh, he caved. And I didn't swallow it. I had food in my mouth. I walked right over, I spit it out. I go, I'm not caving. So it doesn't count. Did not cave. I spit it out. I declared I like juice better than smoothies. Again, I had high energy up and down all afternoon. At about 8 o'clock, I was kind of emotional, I noted. And I'm having these thoughts, and I didn't want to, because you always forget your thoughts. So I tried to write them down and document it as best I could. I was weirdly emotional at like 8 o'clock. At 9 o'clock through bedtime, which was about 10:30, I couldn't fathom putting another vegetable in my mouth. And it was, so I'm not eating any more fruits and vegetables at this point. I just couldn't eat. And if I was going to eat, it was going to be probably something bad. But I wanted to wake up proud. I wanted to wake up feeling like I earned it. I wanted to wake up and have coffee. because I couldn't have coffee on the raw vegan diet. And so I started Googling things. Well, how about vegan every other day? Raw vegan every other day. And I came across the term flexitarian. And that's kind of like you go back and forth. And maybe hopefully find a balance there. The only bad part about that with me is I don't think you can get the benefits of going completely all in. Like if I wanted to reverse my neuropathy. But I mean, I'm just transitioning. It's been basically Saturday, a little bit Monday and Tuesday. And today, I woke up and it's kind of a special day with the concert and everything. So whatever. But I did see flexitarian and there's different levels. Say there's 21 main meals a week, right? Three main meals a day times 7 is 21. I think if you were to eat 7 non-vegan meals a week, that's pretty good still. Again, I peed nonstop. I made that. Probably lost a lot of water weight. And I've come to the conclusion, but I'm still learning. And like I was eating some somewhat non-appetizing food yesterday. The fruit bowls were good, but okay. The veggie part of it, I didn't get quite right, I don't think. Not super appetizing eating the raw stir-fried vegetables. The smoothie is what it is. I think I hated the second part of it, the leftovers that we put in the fridge. And, I think that kind of clumped together a little bit more. It wasn't quite as smooth as I would have liked. But again, I'm still learning. But if it was vegan, if I could have cooked those stir-fried vegetables, with some olive oil, that probably would have been a lot easier. And I didn't even really have a salad. I probably could have thrown those raw veggies into a salad with some fruit and some sort of raw vegan dressing or seasonings, and it probably would have been a lot more palatable too. So I learned some things. I was able to see some benefits. I was able to lose some weight, both of which I need and need plenty more of. And I'm looking forward to continuing my journey with veganism, raw veganism, smoothies, juices, and just hopefully becoming happy, healthy, safe, and free. And I'll let you know how it goes. But next I want to talk about how to break free, 7 ways to reject a modern society, which I think, as you can tell from this list, is you're not free if you're following these 7 things of modern society. And so what are we breaking free from? Cheap dopamine, cheap food, shallow pleasures. We've all been there for each. How do we do it? Number 1, to do hard things. To take cold showers. To commit to daily exercise. To eat a healthy diet, especially at first. It's not easy. Callous your mind. You think about when you lift weights, the calluses on your hands, right, that get tough. You can callous your mind too, that when you step into that shower, you won't flinch. That you're going to bring yourself to do that exercise. That you're going to force yourself not to eat, the chips, but to eat a nice healthy salad and fruit bowls and juices. Number 2, disconnect from technology and reconnect with the ones that you care about. Turn off the TV. I don't even turn the TV on during the day really anymore, and it used to be my friend as I was home all day, not outside, which we'll talk about later. As I look to my right, I just would sit here before work and dread the day and live for the weekend. Turn off technology. Limit your scrolling. Walk without music. Mow the lawn without music. Drive without music. The solitude is okay. You can hear yourself think. You can be at peace. We don't always need to be connected 24/7. Number 3, find constructive hobbies. Major one for me, we can enjoy life without damaging our brain and our body. Constructive hobbies like starting a side hustle. Playing guitar has been just such a joy for me the last 23 years. And I've put it down for so long. Maybe the last 7 or 8 years, as I started to get new interests and even my break-free journey in a way. Like I became more interested in side hustles and I became more interested in finance and healthy living. But I've been reconnecting with it lately and that feels really good. Walks and bike rides, constructive hobbies. I love to do walks and bike rides with a kid. Reselling, flipping, learning new languages, whatever Your hobbies may be like writing or genealogy, crocheting, YouTubing, going to concerts even, There's cheap hobbies, reading, all great things, constructive things that rejects modern society. Number 4, limit your exposure to negativity. Major one for me. So proud that I rarely ever watch the news. I really don't follow politics. There's some of it you can't avoid, and some of it trips into other parts of your life. Like I'll listen to a funny sports podcast. Some politics will leak into there just because it's just so polarizing, and even sports in a way. Like I don't follow it as much as I did as a teenager and in my 20s. I love the stories of it, but I heard a good quote the other day is I don't want to watch men be great. Like I want to do great things and be happy. And I think if you can do that with yourself, then yes, have some couple guilty pleasures with sports. But there's other things out there in life for sure. Number 5, spend less time indoors. Get some sun. Disconnect. Spend some time in nature. I like prioritizing sunlight over screen light. Unfortunately, I can't do that today. It was snowing the last couple days. This time last Wednesday, 85 degrees. I know it was probably warm where you were too. What a wild swing. Tomorrow it's going to be 60s, and then Friday it's going to be 80s. So I'm hoping this is one of the last cold ones. We shall see. It's still early. But spend less time indoors. I spent all my time indoors before I started this break-free journey. Sitting here all day, not being super productive, kind of aimless. Again, living for the weekend, hungover, not learning, just kind of existing, and really not trying to better myself in any way. So once I started to get outside, to learn, to hustle, and to appreciate the sun, and to turn the TV off and disconnect, I started to break free from modern society and become a much more happier person in the process. Number 6 is going to be to avoid processed foods, seed oils, packaged foods, refined sugar, all things that did not come into play for me yesterday, and that at least I'm aware of, and I'm working towards eliminating that stuff. Number 7, have fun without alcohol. It's a good day to talk about this one. There's a concert tonight. I don't have an urge to drink. What can we do to not have fun without alcohol? Hike, bike, play sports, play with your kids, go to concerts. Maybe it would be a little bit different if I was going with my friends. And I don't go out too much with my friends anymore, so it might be justified. And if I was, I don't know, I guess I could justify it if I had to, but I don't. The same way that's not what's happening. That's a hypothetical. And tonight I'm just going to go. We're going to have a nice dinner, relax, watch the opening band, have a nice normal ride home with my wife. So I won't be drunk, while she isn't, because she has to drive and she has to work tomorrow too. But we're just going to have a nice night and watch some live music. So I hope you found value in those 7 ways to break free from modern society, to reject cheap dopamine, shallow pleasures, and cheap food. And next, so you break free from that stuff, let's talk about 6 ways how we can develop our freedom in the process. Okay, so 6 ways that we can develop our freedom once we reject modern society. We're doing things different here, right? We're saving, we're minimalists, we're having fun without alcohol, we're trying to cut back on the unhealthy food, we're disconnecting from technology, we're trying to challenge ourselves with doing hard things, we're cutting back from negativity. So what next? Well, how about number 1? Think about what you want out of life. And this was a big one for me. Not what society says you should want, or not what society says you should have. The $45,000 new car, the $700 car payment, which I think is the national average now. mountains of mortgage debt, mountains of consumer debt, a job that you don't like, a healthy body or an unhealthy body that's limiting you. What do you want out of life? You got to find your why. And I really didn't for a long time. Know my purpose, know my passion. I think it's huge to identify those things and then start enjoying the process of accomplishing your goals every day, getting one step further, 1% better. Number 2, prioritize alone time. Like I said, I spent my days alone. My friends, my family were at work and school. And it was not a prioritized time for me. It was watching some sports shows, cleaning the house a little bit, resting before work, breaking away from certain influences. And I told my friend before, what this free time has allowed me to do, this schedule for its pros and its cons, it's given me time to think and given me time to work on myself, my thoughts, my needs, my wants, my physical body, my finances. All this time, since I've prioritized it, I was able to think about philosophy, to think about religion, to think about self-improvement, to think about gratitude. And that's paid off. And I've appreciated that time since I've prioritized it. Number 3, I like this one, purge your thoughts. Journaling, drawing, YouTube, we can talk here. And I hope it's reciprocal. Songwriting, I just was talking to someone who just picked up the guitar, and songwriting for me was therapy in a lot of ways as a younger person, not really knowing how to handle or manage my emotions. Getting something down on paper always made me feel good in accomplishing a song. Number 4 is going to be remove negative influences from your life. Not always easy. If you don't, it might not get you today, but it's eventually going to lead to negative choices and negative actions. Reinforce positive influences. I've tried to surround myself with positivity and exclude negativity, whether that's externally, the best that I can control, or especially internally, trying to only put positives into my head. Number 5 is going to be to embrace your authority on life. Your. Underline, box the word your. And I can see this with some people that I know that perhaps aren't necessarily following this guideline. Embrace your authority in life. You are in control of your life at the end of the day. No one else. Seek validation from yourself. Don't seek validation from others. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that because of so-and-so. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that to make so-and-so happy or to make so-and-so mad. Even we hurt the ones that we love sometimes, and we can hurt ourselves even more out of spite, to excuse negative behaviors because someone else is doing something that you don't like, either to you or not. You are in control of your actions and your choices and your situation. And at the end of the day, if you don't like where you are, it's time to start planning your freedom. And finally, connect with yourself. Become your true self. Be yourself. Become yourself. I'm on a journey of self-discovery. As I said in the last comment of my video, I like where I'm at. I like where I'm headed. I can see the trajectory, and I'm trying my best to reject modern society. I'm trying my best to utilize those 6 steps to gain as much freedom and control in my life as I can. I tried yesterday to have a great, healthy day. Today is going to be a little bit of a fun day, but I'm looking forward to get right back at it Thursday and Friday and so on and so forth, and I'll definitely be sharing the journey with you. Let me know how you are doing. I hope everything is well, and I can't wait to talk to you on the next video. Break free.